Hello and welcome back to this week's College Planning Tip of the Week. I'm Nancy Steenson with Steenson College Coaching here with Jack Wang, and we've invited back a colleague of mine, Judi Robinovitz, founder and owner of Score at the Top and JRA Educational Consulting. Judi, thanks so much for being back with us today, and I'm really eager to hear a little bit about the different state universities in Florida. How are they different and what makes each one special?
Thanks for having me, Nancy. This is near and dear to my heart. Love to talk about our state universities. There are 12 of them scattered throughout the state, and I'd just like to give you some highlights of each of them. I'm going to do them in alphabetical order. So the first one is FAMU, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical, which is our state's historical Black university. And it's in Tallahassee, our capital, and Tallahassee, I believe, is the only capital. In fact, well, it's the only city in Florida that has two state universities. So I'm going to leave it at that until I get to the other one. Next, closer to home for me is FAU, Florida Atlantic University. And one of the things that it is known for is its combined BSMD program, where students can apply out of high school and go right through for a bachelor's degree as well as an MD. They have two different campuses, one in Boca Raton, one up in Jupiter, the Jupiter campus being the honors college. And so two different BSMD programs, one called Med Direct, the other is the Wilkes Medical Scholars Program. They also have a highly competitive direct admission nursing program. And that BSMD program is incredibly competitive. Next, Florida Gulf Coast University. It is one of our newer universities. It's on the west coast of Florida. They made national headlines in 2013, similar to what's happening right now in for a small college in New Jersey, St. Peter's, because they upset Georgetown, which was number 2 in the Sweet 16. And what I can say is that Florida Gulf Coast is very much known for things like event planning, restaurant and club management, PGA golf management, even entrepreneurship. And they also have a nursing program. And you can live resort style on the beach, man-made beach. Next is Florida International University, which is down in Miami. Has two major campuses down there, but also has a location, for example, in China. And they have some new majors in things like digital broadcasting, digital journalism. They're also very much known for research, cybersecurity, environmental, underwater. In fact, they have the Medina Aquarius program, which they claim is the world's gateway to inner space. Okay. Our newest state university is Florida Poly, which if you're driving down the I-4 Tech corridor, sort of, towards the Orlando area, you're going to see a building that looks like the Starship Enterprise. And I am a Trekkie, so I love their campus. It has the latest state-of-the-art facilities. It's very small. It's under a couple of thousand. Its students are really self-starters and thought innovators. They have a College of Computer Science, a College of Engineering, and even though my background is computer science, I'm going to tell you that they have majors I've never heard of, but that are incredibly exciting for the kids. It's cutting-edge research-based programs, very, hands-on, lots of one-on-one attention. Okay. Now, I'm a little bit prejudiced when we get to Florida State, because I have to say that I am actually a member of its first official admissions consulting board. There are 6 high school counselors and 1 independent counselor, moi. And so I get to have a lot of input in terms of college admissions and find out really what's going on. FSU is incredibly competitive. On average, kids might have 9 or 10 AP courses, very close to straight A's. A D or an F is really the kiss of death. This year, I believe they had over 70,000 applications. They're incredibly highly ranked in things like criminology, performing arts, psychology. Most popular majors include things like biology, business, engineering. And They do have other campuses. Panama City, Florida is one of their smaller campuses with under 1,000 students. So you can still be a Seminole and be at a smaller campus, have a much more personalized education. And still have that FSU name, but have a smaller, more interactive type of education. They have a number of different pathway programs, sort of almost like back doors or side doors into admission, some of which you have to be offered. They have a first year abroad program, which is another interesting way to go to FSU. And they have a special summer program for first generation and financially disadvantaged Florida students. New College, next one, over on the west coast of Florida. This is our public liberal arts college where the average class size is 18 students. It's a very customized curriculum. There's no core, no grades, narrative descriptions of how you've done. UCF, often called Under Construction Forever, the University of Central Florida in the Orlando area, also has a double degree BSMD, incredibly competitive. They look for kids with like 1,500 SAT, an unweighted GPA of at least 3.8, and many other criteria. By the way, our state universities do recalculate GPA for in-state and out-of-state students. And it's not easy to get in with a recalculated GPA to any of our state universities with less than, let me say, perhaps a 3.5 or 3.6. And many of them are looking for at least a 4.0. Anyway, the Burnett Medical Scholars Program perhaps enrolls about 40 students a year. These are kids, 35 SAT, 4.7 weighted GPA. UCF also known for its hospitality management because there is no city in America with more hotel rooms than Orlando. UF, University of Florida, which is, many people will tell you, this is our premier state university, but I would say we have 2 to 4 of them. Artificial intelligence is the biggest byword on campus, and they have a wonderful honors program, as do most of our state universities. They also have a special program called Innovation Academy with an unusual schedule where when kids go to classes. The Gators, just very special, in terms of school spirit. University of North Florida up in Jacksonville area, specialties in music, nutrition. University of South Florida, which is, most people will consider to be in our top 4. Has campuses, main campus in Tampa, but branch campuses in St. Pete and Sarasota. Also has a prestigious 7-year BSMD program, not quite as guaranteed admission to med school as the other 2 that I mentioned. And finally, University of West Florida is closer to Alabama than it is to where I am in South Florida. It's our only school in a different time zone. And it is, very much a regional university close to the beach, and right by a big city. And that gives you a very quick overview of Florida's 12 state universities. I don't think I've ever done it so fast.
Judi, that was fabulous. It was fast, but boy, it was comprehensive. Thank you so much for that overview. Really, really helpful, very interesting, because it can be overwhelming to sort out so many state campuses. Thanks again for joining us, and thank you everyone for being here for today's College Planning Tip of the Week.